Let's discuss Iran, with insights from reporter Lee Hanna in international news. Reporter Lee, the unrest began with economic instability, but why has it grown so far?
Yes, it has already been over 2 weeks. The rial's recent sharp drop quickly triggered the protests. Iran has been facing severe economic hardships from skyrocketing prices due to Western sanctions. This crisis, fueled by anger over basic survival, has finally erupted. This is where it differs from previous anti-government protests. In 2009, after President Ahmadinejad's re-election, the opposition claimed fraud and took to the streets, but protests were harshly suppressed. You've probably heard of the hijab protests in Iran. In 2022, demonstrations erupted after a woman in her 20s was arrested for not wearing her hijab properly.
Now there are even talks of regime change. To consider this, we need to understand Iran's current system. I read about calls to return to a monarchy. What does this mean?
Iran was originally a monarchy, but it is now governed under a theocratic regime led by religious leaders. In 1979, the Islamic Revolution happened because of public anger at the monarchy's corruption, leading to the Pahlavi dynasty's collapse. For 47 years, the Khamenei regime has been here, and now citizens are tired of the dictatorship.
This is the voice of Iran, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi.
Are there real considerations about reinstating Iran's old monarchy?
Not necessarily, but the atmosphere back then was much freer. At that time, Iran was even called the Paris of the Middle East, with a modern and liberal way of life, both in dress and lifestyle. Moreover, Iran was one of the most pro-American countries in the region and maintained friendly relations with Israel and South Korea. Tehran Boulevard in Seoul was established then.
So in essence, people are saying that despite being a dictatorship now, the monarchy period was better. Another major concern is whether the United States, which has strained relations with Iran, might intervene militarily like it did with Venezuela. What's the likelihood of such involvement?
Yes, with President Trump's current momentum, it seems possible. The day after tomorrow, President Trump will be briefed on response options by Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. U.S. media say these include precision strikes on key Iranian military facilities and neutralizing their networks. However, direct U.S. intervention could raise anti-American sentiment in Iran, so the focus for now is expected to be on dialogue.
Given Iran is an Islamic state in the Middle East, this could also escalate into a broader regional conflict. Another important concern is the safety of South Korean citizens in Iran. Are they safe?
Fortunately, no incidents have been reported so far. There are about 60 South Korean nationals in Iran, including short-term visitors. Our government has stated that they are constantly monitoring the safety of our citizens and are ensuring their security through joint situation assessment meetings with overseas missions.
That's the latest on Iran. Thanks to reporter Lee Hanna from International News.